This isn't your grandpa's American flag. Unless, of course, he was into watercolor and big blue bows. I gave the stars and stripes a fresh little twist with a watercolor ribbon instead of the usual stars. So come on in. I'm Kimberly Sminky of Lolly Doodle Studios, and I'm sketching my bow and flags here right now. But thanks to the Brush and Script Society monthly membership, you can get this tracing template and tons more. Every month new ones are loaded just by becoming a member to Brush and Script. Look below for that information, and I hope to see you over there. Now let's get ready to paint this. I'm using my Dollar Rowney watercolor set here, and I'm using a Princeton size 4 Aqua Elite brush. So I'm just going to put lots of water on that brush. And the thing is with these paints, I just need you to remember that they are very highly pigmented. So a little drop of paint goes a long way. So this portion of watercolor painting, or this part of watercolor painting, is great practice to learn how to do your water to paint ratios. I want this so thin with paint that it's almost like water with just a hint of blue. I want to do the lightest wash of blue, and I'm going to do that to the whole bow. So you can go ahead and do that as well. And again, go grab the template so that you can give this a try. There are dozens and dozens more of watercolor, acrylic, and brush lettering templates for you to use. So you'll see I'm just putting down this, I'm even adding more water. I want this to be so transparent. It's okay to leave a little bit of white space in between your paint as well. So just go ahead and finish filling that in. So once you get that wash of blue on your bow, you'll see I go back over and I take a little bit of a darker blue. I could have stuck with that same color and just kept going darker with it. And you'll see I kind of flip back and forth between the two. So I use that little bit of a stronger blue, but I'm adding a lot of water. Now remember, you think of your milk to tea ratio. We're going for like watered down tea here. So we want it really thin. You'll see where I kind of mix the two of those colors. And then we're going to go back over to the bow and start adding in the areas where we want to create some depth with a shadow. So that would, think of all the creases in a fabric bow. Don't overthink it, just think, where the bows overlap, where the pieces fold, there's going to be darker areas. So that will be shown on the template. If you have went ahead and went over to Brush and Script Society and downloaded it, that will have more information there. You'll be able to see really well where those shadows go. So I'm using a darker color to add a little bit of shadow, and I am just playing with the amount of water to paint. So I think I did about 3 or 4 rounds of adding some shadow to this, but I'm just building that color up slowly. You would want to do the same. So I'm getting into where all those little folds of, and I'm just using the tip of the brush, pulling from the edge down. My paint, or my water, my paper is still damp, so it's just glistening with water. So wherever I put that darker shade of blue, it is going to bleed out into the rest of the bow. So you'll see here I'm getting that piece of the bow tail that's behind, so there's a shadow there. That one is going to look darker than the one in front. So I'm just pulling that down, letting those colors blend, and just moving my brush around to where I believe that a shadow would belong, and adding more of that darker blue. You just want to keep doing that. You can use a little bit of a darker shade of blue, or just keep letting it dry and layering on top of one another. And while you're painting, if you like this or know someone who may, I would love it if you would subscribe to this channel, hit that thumbs up or like button, and send this to someone that you know who would also enjoy watercoloring with me. So you'll see here where I go back in again now with even more pigment on the brush. Believe me, it's still very watered down compared to how pigmented these paints are. Again, this is the Dollar Rounty. I'll link that below in the description box also. All supplies will be down there if you're interested. So you see I'm really just going in now with more saturated paint color. I want to make certain areas of the bow stand out. So you would just follow along here, fill it in, don't stress, oh, I put it in a different spot. No two bows are the same, no two shadows are the same. So enjoy this process. I'd also love it if you could just share a simple memory with me below in the comments, because Stars and Stripes, red, white, and blue, anything remind me of summer. It brings back so many fun memories of me as a child, between parades and picnics and swimming, going to the beach, all those fun things. So I would love it if you would let me know below in the comments, what does this painting remind you of? Now, once you've put your layers on and you are happy with your bow, and maybe you've put like 25 layers of blue paint on like I did, or not, but once you are happy with how your bow looks, we're just going to put in some wavy red lines. So remember, pigmented color here, pigmented. So I'm going to come down below. You'll see me kind of play with some orange and red, but I end up just going with the true red, lots and lots of water on my brush, and I just add some wavy lines to simulate the stripes of my flag. This is just very soft. There are no defined outer edges of the flag. We just wanted to put our own little twist on this. And for this part, I had switched over to the flat brush. This is also a watercolor Princeton Aqua Elite. I switched over to the flat brush. I do believe I switched back over to the round brush. You don't have to use a flat brush, but I'm just putting down that really soft, and like I said, I want to see a lot of the paper. I want that transparency to really play a factor with this. So I really only want a hint of the red as I put down that wash. And then on the edges, you'll see, as I did on the first one, I just added a little bit more pigment to the edges, just the very edges of the stripe. So I'm repeating that with each stripe down. But I did not purposefully like make sure I have the correct number of stripes or not. You know, this is my interpretation um, of a flag. So you just want to complete that. Just build up your color until you're happy with it. Leave some areas of the white of the paper showing through, or that light sheer wash showing through. You can just keep layering as much as you want. So yeah, I did switch back over to my round. I didn't like the way that the flat brush was dropping the pigment, but you have to use what feels right for you. So just add your stripes and fill those in. Take your time, breathe while you're doing it, and enjoy the process. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. Share this out to someone who may enjoy this little twist on the old stars and stripes. I hope you enjoy. The most important thing about making art is that it makes you happy. Do not worry about what others think of your art. The only thing that matters is what you think of and how you feel. Most importantly, creating your pieces. Again, I hope you enjoyed this. I'd love it if you would come check me out, follow on, I'm in Lolly Doodle Studios, and you can find me at lollydoodlestudios.com. Brush and Script Society is our private creative group where we do all sorts of creative things, and I would love to have you come check us out there. And again, if you do paint this, I would love for you to post it on social media. Just tag me with hashtag Brush and Script Society so that I can see your work.